Welcome, traveler, to Bedtime Travel Stories, your gateway to tranquil journeys across the globe. Unwind with our soothing tales and let your imagination roam free as you drift into peaceful sleep. In the tranquil waters off the coast of Queensland, Australia, lies a spectacle of nature so vast and vibrant, it captivates the imagination like a living masterpiece painted upon the ocean's canvas. Welcome, traveler, to the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system, a place where the blues of the sea blend seamlessly with the kaleidoscope of colors provided by its diverse marine life. As dawn caresses the horizon, the first light of day illuminates the waters, revealing a myriad of shapes and hues below. The Great Barrier Reef, comprising over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands, stretches over 2,300 kilometers, making it visible from space. This natural wonder is not just a reef but a vast underwater kingdom of coral teeming with life. Gently, the warm Australian sun rises, casting its golden glow over the reef. The light penetrates the clear, shallow waters, enhancing the brilliant colors of the coral gardens that flourish below. These corals, though they appear as mere rocks, are vibrant, living creatures, hosting thousands of species in a delicate balance of marine biodiversity. Each coral polyp, a tiny, soft-bodied organism, contributes to the formation of this massive reef structure by secreting calcium carbonate. Over thousands of years, these polyps have built up the reef, creating a barrier that dances with life. The myriad forms of coral branching, brain, horn, and more create an intricate mosaic on the ocean floor. Swimming among the coral are countless species of fish, each adorned with dazzling patterns and colors that seem painted by an artist's brush. Schools of shimmering silver fish glide through the water, while solitary clownfish nestle among the protective tentacles of sea anemones. The reef is a dynamic environment where every creature plays a role in the ecosystem. Beyond the fish, the reef is home to a variety of marine creatures that add to the complexity of this aquatic tapestry. Green sea turtles glide gracefully, their powerful flippers carrying them gently over the coral. Meanwhile, playful dolphins can often be seen frolicking near the reef's surface, their joyful leaps breaking the smooth plane of the water. The reef's beauty extends to its role as a vital habitat. Mangroves and seagrass beds flank parts of the reef, serving as nurseries for many of the species that later populate the open waters. These areas are crucial for the life cycle of many types of fish and crustaceans, which rely on the sheltered waters to nurture their young away from the threats of open sea. As the day unfolds, the sunlight shifts, changing the scene below. The interplay of light and water brings out the subtle details of the reef, highlighting the dynamic interactions between the diverse species that call this place home. This ever-changing environment remains a constant source of wonder, revealing new secrets with each glance. When evening approaches, the reef undergoes another transformation. As the sun sets, different inhabitants emerge. Nocturnal creatures like octopuses and reef sharks begin their hunt, their movements a silent ballet in the dim light. The reef, always alive, shifts from a vibrant, bustling community to a mysterious, shadowy realm. The Great Barrier Reef is not only a natural treasure but also a vital barometer for the health of our planet. It provides significant environmental benefits, from carbon sequestration in its corals and algae to acting as a buffer that protects coastlines from the impact of storm surges and waves. As night blankets the reef and the stars begin to sprinkle the sky above, let the rhythmic sound of the waves lapping against the coral soothe your spirit. The Great Barrier Reef, a marvel of the natural world, invites us to reflect on our connection to nature, urging us to protect its fragile beauty for generations to come. The Great Barrier Reef's significance extends beyond its visual splendor and ecological importance. It holds profound cultural and spiritual meaning for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples of Australia. These communities, deeply connected to the land and sea, view the reef not just as a source of sustenance but as an integral part of their spiritual and cultural identity. For thousands of years, the indigenous peoples of the reef's adjacent coastlines have nurtured and been nurtured by these waters. To them, the reef is a living entity, imbued with the spirits of their ancestors, a sacred place that sustains both body and soul. The complex relationship they share with the reef is rooted in a profound respect for the environment, reflected in their stewardship and traditional practices. The stories of the Dreamtime passed down through generations weave the reef into the fabric of indigenous mythology. These narratives often depict the reef as a creation of ancestral beings who traveled across the land, shaping its features and imbuing it with spiritual significance. Each part of the reef has its story, its significance, and its place within the broader tapestry of cultural lore. Rituals and ceremonies conducted along the reef's expanse illustrate the deep spiritual connections these communities maintain with this environment. Seasonal gatherings, which involve song, dance, and storytelling, are held to honor the life-giving properties of the reef and to ensure its continued health and abundance. These rituals reinforce the symbiotic relationship between the people and the marine world. Traditional fishing practices, passed down from one generation to the next, demonstrate a sustainable approach to living with the reef. Using techniques that ensure only a necessary amount is taken and the juvenile fish are unharmed, these methods exemplify a balance between human needs and ecological preservation. This sustainable approach helps ensure that the reef can continue to thrive and support diverse marine life. The knowledge of medicinal and edible plants and sea creatures gleaned from the reef and its surroundings further highlights the practical and spiritual connection of the Aboriginal peoples with this environment. This traditional knowledge, encompassing the healing properties of certain marine species and the nutritional benefits of others, is a testament to the deep understanding and respect for the natural world. Elders play a crucial role in the transmission of knowledge about the reef, teaching younger generations not only the practical aspects of navigation and harvesting, but also instilling in them the cultural narratives and spiritual significance of the marine landscapes. This education ensures that the cultural heritage and environmental wisdom are preserved and respected. Artistic expressions inspired by the reef, ranging from cave paintings and body art to contemporary Aboriginal art, celebrate the vibrant life and spiritual essence of this natural wonder. These artworks serve as a bridge between past and present, allowing the artist to share their connection to the reef with the wider world and to tell the stories of their ancestors. The involvement of indigenous communities in the management and conservation of the Great Barrier Reef is crucial. Collaborative efforts between these communities and conservation agencies aim to protect the reef's biodiversity while respecting and incorporating traditional knowledge and cultural practices. This cooperative approach recognizes the invaluable insights that traditional custodians bring to contemporary conservation challenges. Celebrations and festivals that include the broader community provide opportunities for sharing the cultural significance of the reef with non-Indigenous Australians and visitors from around the world. These events not only highlight the beauty and diversity of the reef, but also the cultural richness that the Indigenous peoples bring to their interactions with this environment. As the moon casts its silvery glow over the tranquil waters, and the cool night air carries the echoes of ancient songs across the reef, let the deep connection between the Indigenous peoples and the Great Barrier Reef inspire a sense of reverence and responsibility in us all. In the serene embrace of the night, consider the ways in which we all might contribute to preserving this magnificent wonder for future generations, respecting its rich cultural heritage as much as its natural beauty. Now let's delve into the vibrant ecosystems and marine life that inhabit the Great Barrier Reef, exploring the intricate web of biodiversity that makes this natural wonder one of the most complex and dynamic marine environments on Earth. The Great Barrier Reef is a submerged universe teeming with life. It hosts a staggering array of species, from microscopic plankton to massive whales, each playing a specific role in the reef's ecological balance. Coral polyps, the architects of the reef, construct the calcium carbonate structures that form the backbone of this ecosystem. These tiny yet industrious organisms work symbiotically with algae, which provide them with nutrients through photosynthesis, adding vibrant colors to the reef's appearance. The diversity of coral species, each with its unique shape and function, creates a complex habitat that supports a myriad of marine creatures. Staghorn and brain corals offer shelter and breeding grounds for countless fish, while the nooks and crannies of more massive formations provide safe havens from predators. The reef's waters are a kaleidoscope of marine life, with over 1,500 species of fish coloring its watery landscape. From the iconic clownfish weaving through the tendrils of sea anemones to the majestic manta rays that glide gracefully overhead, the variety of fish is as breathtaking as it is essential to the reef's health. The Great Barrier Reef also serves as an important breeding ground for many marine species. Sea turtles, such as the endangered green and loggerhead, come ashore on the reef's islands to lay their eggs, while humpback whales journey to its warm waters to give birth. Predators, including sharks and large fish, play a critical role in maintaining the health of the reef by ensuring that weaker species do not overpopulate, which could lead to diseased corals and depleted resources. The balance of predator and prey is a delicate dance that keeps the reef vibrant and healthy. Beyond fish and corals, the reef is home to an astounding variety of mollusks, crustaceans, and seabirds. Giant clams, their shells embedded in the reef, filter the water for nutrients, while colorful parrotfish help keep the coral clean by feeding on its algae. Seasonal changes bring about spectacular events, such as the mass spawning of corals, where several species release their eggs and sperm into the water simultaneously. This reproductive explosion ensures the survival of corals and attracts a frenzy of activity as other species rush to feed on the bounty. The intricate food webs that exist within the reef demonstrate the interdependence of its inhabitants. The demise of one species can have cascading effects throughout the ecosystem, highlighting the importance of conservation efforts to protect the reef's biodiversity. As the day fades and the waters calm, let the rhythmic pulsing of the ocean lull you into a peaceful contemplation of the Great Barrier Reef's myriad forms of life. Imagine the serene movements of sea creatures beneath the stars, each contributing to the symphony of the sea, and allow this marine melody to guide you into a tranquil slumber, dreaming of the underwater wonders that await beneath the surface of one of the planet's most magnificent creations. The Great Barrier Reef, a vital artery in the world's marine ecosystem, supports a staggering array of life, serving as a critical nursery for species whose survival impacts ecosystems far beyond its own waters. Its expansive coral gardens, teeming with life, play a crucial role in the marine food web, sustaining species from tiny invertebrates to large predatory fish. Renowned marine biologists and ecologists use the reef as a base for groundbreaking research, developing insights that influence global conservation strategies and enhance our understanding of marine environments. The data gathered here helps predict changes across the world's oceans, making it an epicenter for marine science. This vibrant ecosystem offers unparalleled opportunities for studying coral resilience and regeneration, shedding light on the natural processes that could potentially reverse the effects of coral bleaching worldwide. Such research is crucial as it provides the foundational knowledge needed to implement effective conservation efforts globally. By examining the symbiotic relationships within the reef ecosystem, researchers unravel the complex interactions that sustain these underwater communities, highlighting the delicate balance necessary for the ocean's health. This understanding is vital for developing interventions that can preserve these relationships in the face of environmental stress. The reef's extensive fish populations are crucial for studies on sustainable fishing, offering insights into the reproductive cycles and growth rates of commercially important species. This research is instrumental in shaping fisheries management policies that aim to balance human needs with ecological sustainability. Geneticists tap into the reef's vast biodiversity to explore evolutionary adaptations that offer potential medical breakthroughs, such as novel compounds for pharmaceutical development. This genetic reservoir is a treasure trove of possibilities that could lead to revolutionary health solutions. Its unique position at the junction of several major ocean currents makes the Great Barrier Reef a key player in global climatological studies, providing critical data that enhances our understanding of how oceans affect global climate systems. These insights are essential for modeling climate change scenarios and improving our predictive capabilities. Studies on how the reef adapts to rising sea levels offer valuable lessons for coastal communities worldwide, informing policies and practices that aim to mitigate the impacts of flooding and erosion. This research is crucial for developing adaptive strategies that can help coastal regions brace for future sea level rise. Educational programs inspired by the reef's research initiatives help communicate the urgent need for marine preservation, fostering a new generation of environmental stewards. These programs emphasize the interconnectedness of global ecosystems and the human role in their sustainability. As we contemplate the reef's contribution to scientific knowledge, let the immense value of this natural laboratory inspire a deep commitment to environmental care. May the awareness of its global impact encourage a peaceful contemplation of our role in preserving such natural wonders, nurturing dreams of a sustainable world as the night deepens. The Great Barrier Reef, a marvel of biodiversity and natural beauty, confronts severe environmental threats such as coral bleaching, pollution, and the overarching impacts of climate change. These issues have spurred a wide range of conservation measures, drawing on international cooperation and scientific innovation to secure the reef's future. Coral bleaching, particularly detrimental during heat waves, has led to significant coral loss in some areas of the reef. In response, scientists are intensively studying the adaptive capacities of coral species, aiming to enhance their resilience to temperature fluctuations through genetic and environmental interventions. To combat water pollution, stricter controls on agricultural runoff have been implemented, significantly reducing the quantities of pesticides and fertilizers entering the reef's ecosystem. Community-led initiatives have also risen, promoting organic farming and reduced pesticide use to protect the reef's delicate marine life. Tackling climate change's broad impacts, from acidifying oceans to rising sea temperatures, requires a global effort, with the reef often showcased as a critical indicator of the health of our planet. International conferences and agreements increasingly focus on these issues, aiming to curtail the factors that contribute to the reef's decline. Coastal communities have become champions of the reef, their livelihoods intertwined with its health. These communities promote ecotourism and sustainable fishing practices, which not only preserve the reef, but also ensure the economic stability of the area. The creation of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park marked a pivotal moment in the reef's conservation, setting a global precedent for marine protection. The park's comprehensive management plan serves as a blueprint for marine conservation worldwide, balancing human activity with the imperative of ecological preservation. Innovative coral restoration projects, such as coral gardening and reef seeding, show promise in restoring vibrancy to areas affected by bleaching. These projects are part of a broader strategy to rehabilitate and maintain the reef's structural complexity, which is vital for the diverse species that call it home. Educational campaigns are crucial in building a global constituency for the reef, making the case for its protection through vivid imagery and compelling science. These efforts aim to ignite a global response, harnessing the power of informed communities to advocate for policy changes and conservation funding. Funding from international sources has been instrumental in expanding the scope and scale of conservation initiatives, allowing for ambitious projects that address both immediate threats and long-term sustainability. These funds help bridge the gap between local capabilities and the global significance of the reef's preservation. As night deepens, casting a peaceful blanket over the reef, the efforts of those who care for it blend into the rhythms of the natural world. This global dedication to the reef's welfare inspires a hopeful narrative of endurance and resilience, a soothing thought to accompany the night's quietude. The Great Barrier Reef, a world-renowned natural treasure, is not only a sanctuary for diverse marine life, but also a top destination for eco-conscious travelers. It offers a wide range of recreational activities that allow visitors to immerse themselves in its natural wonders while maintaining respect for the environment, making it an exemplary model of sustainable tourism. Snorkeling in the shallow, clear waters of the reef is a gateway to a mesmerizing underwater world. Tourists equipped with snorkels and fins experience an explosion of color as they glide over vibrant coral gardens populated by schools of brightly colored fish and other marine creatures, enjoying a close-up view of the reef's biodiversity without the need for heavy diving equipment. Scuba diving at the reef provides a deeper, more intimate exploration of its underwater landscapes. Divers can descend into a world of serene beauty, where they might swim alongside graceful sea turtles, encounter large, gentle clams whose shells flicker with color, and watch reef sharks glide silently through the deep blue, all part of the unique ecosystem that the reef supports. Beyond the water, the reef offers splendid opportunities for sailing and island hopping. Visitors can rent yachts or join organized tours that sail to various islands dotting the Great Barrier Reef. Each island offers its own unique allure, featuring everything from lush, dense jungles to soft, sandy beaches, perfect for a day of relaxation or a picnic under the shade of a palm tree. For those who prefer the tranquility of paddling, kayaking, and paddleboarding, offer splendid ways to explore the calm waters surrounding the reef. These activities allow for a peaceful interaction with the environment, where the gentle splash of oars in water accompanies sightings of marine life such as playful dolphins and majestic rays just below the surface. The reef is also a renowned destination for sport fishing, attracting anglers from all over the globe. The rich waters are home to a diverse range of fish species, offering both challenge and excitement. Practices like catch and release ensure that fishing activities are conducted responsibly, helping to preserve the reef's ecological balance. For a panoramic perspective of the reef's grandeur, aerial tours by helicopter or seaplane are available. These tours provide a breathtaking overview of the sprawling expanse of the reef, highlighting the stunning contrast between the deep blue of the open ocean and the vivid turquoise of the shallow waters over the coral. Photography enthusiasts flock to the reef to participate in specialized workshops focusing on capturing the stunning vistas both below and above the water. These workshops are designed to help photographers of all skill levels learn how to best capture the ethereal beauty of the reef, emphasizing techniques that respect and preserve the natural environment. Educational tours led by experts in marine biology enhance the visitor experience with valuable insights into the reef's complex ecosystem and ongoing conservation efforts. These tours are particularly popular among families and educational groups, as they combine direct encounters with the reef's wildlife with important lessons on environmental stewardship. The day at the reef often concludes with a sunset cruise, offering a moment of reflection as the sky dresses in spectacular shades of orange, pink, and purple. These cruises provide a serene end to an active day, where visitors can unwind with the backdrop of a stunning sunset, reflecting on the natural beauty and the unforgettable experiences the Great Barrier Reef provides. The Great Barrier Reef, with its breathtaking beauty and complex ecosystem, has long been a source of inspiration in popular culture. Its vibrant colors and mysterious underwater world have captured the hearts of audiences around the globe, making it a favored subject in films, literature, and art. The reef's influence extends across multiple genres, enriching the global cultural landscape. Films like Finding Nemo have brought the enchanting world of the reef to life, highlighting both its beauty and the environmental issues it faces. Documentaries such as Chasing Coral offer a more in-depth look at the challenges, using striking visuals and compelling narratives to raise awareness about coral bleaching and conservation efforts. These cinematic portrayals often serve as eye-openers for audiences unaware of the reef's delicate condition. Numerous authors and artists have drawn inspiration from the reef, using its stunning scenery and diverse marine life as a backdrop for novels, children's books, and visual art pieces. These works often explore themes of adventure, mystery, and the intrinsic value of natural wonders. They provide a creative interpretation of the reef's ecosystem, inviting readers and viewers to appreciate its uniqueness and complexity. The portrayal of the Great Barrier Reef in media has also played a crucial role in education. By bringing the reef into classrooms and living rooms, films and books foster a connection with nature and teach the importance of environmental stewardship to younger generations. This media exposure helps cultivate a sense of responsibility and urgency to protect such vulnerable ecosystems. The allure of the reef depicted in media has significantly boosted tourism. Visitors are drawn to the real-world location of their favorite movie scenes or the setting of beloved stories, experiencing the magic of the reef firsthand while also contributing to the local economy. This influx of tourists, while beneficial economically, also emphasizes the need for responsible tourism practices to protect the reef's environment. Platforms like Instagram and YouTube have allowed millions worldwide to witness the reef's splendor through vivid photographs and videos. Virtual reality experiences go even further, offering an immersive dive into its waters from anywhere in the world, making its conservation a global concern. These technologies bridge geographical gaps, bringing the reef's beauty to a global audience. The reef has inspired musical compositions and live performances that capture its vast rhythmic beauty. Concerts and public performances dedicated to reef conservation combine art and activism, bringing communities together to support environmental causes. These musical tributes celebrate the reef's majesty and encourage collective efforts towards its preservation. Festivals that celebrate the reef, such as the annual Cairns Festival, blend art, science, and community engagement. These events not only honor the reef's cultural significance, but also emphasize the importance of sustainable interactions with our natural surroundings. They serve as a reminder of the communal responsibility to safeguard our natural heritage for future generations. The frequent portrayal of the Great Barrier Reef in international media has cemented its status as a global icon of natural heritage, recognized and revered across cultures. This wide-reaching admiration supports its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, underlining the universal value of preserving such irreplaceable natural beauty. It highlights the global community's role in the stewardship of our planet's wonders. As technology advances, the depiction of the reef in media is set to become even more dynamic and engaging. Augmented reality and more immersive virtual experiences could revolutionize how people interact with and understand this natural wonder, potentially driving a new wave of global support for its preservation. The future of media representation could play a pivotal role in shaping public perception and action towards conserving the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is a cornerstone of Australia's tourism industry, attracting millions of visitors each year. As one of the world's most renowned natural attractions, it not only draws tourists, but also fuels a significant portion of the regional economy. Hotels, restaurants, and countless other businesses thrive because of the continuous influx of those coming to experience the reef's natural splendor. The reef's tourism industry is a vital source of employment for thousands. Jobs range from marine biologists and tour guides to hospitality workers and transport providers. The economic activity generated by the reef help sustain numerous communities along Queensland's coast, demonstrating the direct connection between environmental health and economic prosperity. The reef is also a hotspot for scientific research, which attracts funding and grants from governmental and non-governmental organizations worldwide. Research conducted on the reef contributes to our understanding of marine ecosystems and helps develop strategies for managing and protecting coral reefs globally, thus having far-reaching implications beyond its local context. Educational tours and programs centered around the reef provide significant income for conservation groups and educational institutions. These programs help raise awareness about marine conservation while also contributing financially to ongoing preservation efforts and community education, illustrating the reef's role in fostering environmental stewardship. The waters around the Great Barrier Reef are rich in biodiversity, supporting commercial fishing and aquaculture industries that are vital to the local and national economies. These industries rely on the health of the reef ecosystem to sustain fish populations that are not only crucial for food supply, but also for maintaining employment in fishing communities. For indigenous communities, the reef holds cultural significance that translates into economic opportunities through cultural tourism. Sharing their traditional knowledge and cultural heritage with visitors provides a source of income while promoting respect and understanding of indigenous cultures, thereby enhancing the cultural richness of reef tourism. Media and filmmaking. The stunning visuals of the Great Barrier Reef make it a sought-after location for filmmakers and media productions, which brings additional economic benefits through location fees, hiring local crews, and the associated spending on logistics and production. These activities not only boost the local economy, but also promote the reef globally, attracting more tourists and attention to its conservation. Investing in the reef's health through conservation initiatives is economically sensible. Healthy reefs attract more tourists, provide more jobs, and ensure the sustainability of marine resources. Funds spent on protecting and restoring the reef are repaid many times over through the economic benefits of a vibrant, thriving ecosystem. The reef's global significance means it often qualifies for international grants and funding aimed at environmental protection. These funds not only support local conservation efforts, but also contribute to the regional economy, helping to fund projects that sustain both the reef and the communities dependent on it. As the focus on sustainable practices grows, the Great Barrier Reef stands to benefit from green technologies and eco-friendly tourism innovations. These developments promise to open new economic avenues while ensuring the long-term preservation of the reef, demonstrating that economic development and environmental health can go hand in hand. As the sun sets over the Great Barrier Reef, casting a warm glow across its vibrant coral gardens, it's a moment of serene beauty that belies a fragile ecosystem facing significant challenges. The impacts of climate change are evident here, serving as a gentle reminder of the reef's vulnerability and the need for concerted conservation efforts. The waters around the Great Barrier Reef have warmed gradually over the decades, a subtle but powerful change that affects the delicate balance of marine life. The warming seas are like a slow-moving wave, altering habitats and the species that depend on them, a silent transformation watched by scientists and nature lovers alike. Periods of intense heat have led to frequent coral bleaching events, where corals lose their vibrant colors and turn stark white. These events are like whispers of warning, signaling distress in the underwater communities and the urgent need for global attention to climate phenomena. The ocean around the reef is absorbing more carbon dioxide, leading to acidification, a quiet but persistent threat that undermines the structural integrity of coral. This process, slow and almost imperceptible, challenges the survival of many species that build their homes from calcium carbonate. The shifting climate affects not just the corals, but also the myriad species that call the reef home. From the majestic sea turtles to the tiny fish that dart through the coral branches, each creature experiences the changing environment in its way, adapting in silence to the rhythms of nature altered by human influence. The region's weather patterns are also evolving, with storms becoming more intense and less predictable. These natural spectacles, while awe-inspiring, pose additional risks to the reef's structure and the coastal areas that rely on its protection, narrating a story of change and resilience. Amidst these challenges, there is a thread of hope woven through the efforts of scientists and conservationists who work tirelessly to mitigate the effects of climate change. Their research and restoration projects are like beacons of light, guiding efforts to preserve this natural wonder for future generations. The story of the reef and its climate challenges has rallied support from around the world, drawing a global audience into a shared commitment to environmental stewardship. It is a call to action that transcends borders, highlighting the interconnectedness of our planet. As night envelops the reef and the stars begin to twinkle above, it's a time for reflection on our role in this tale. Each of us holds the potential to contribute to the reef's legacy through mindful choices and actions that favor sustainability and respect for nature. Tonight, as the ocean cradles the reef in its rhythmic embrace, let the quiet story of the Great Barrier Reef inspire a dream of renewal and hope. Imagine a future where harmony between humanity and nature prevails, safeguarding the splendor of the reef for all who will one day witness its majesty. As our journey through the mesmerizing depths of the Great Barrier Reef comes to a close, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound beauty and delicate complexity of this natural wonder. Like a soft lullaby that soothes the soul, the reef's vibrant tapestry of life whispers stories of the Earth's marvels. Under the blanket of the night sky, the Great Barrier Reef rests in the ocean's embrace, its waters gently rocking the coral gardens. Here, the harmony between the sea and life is palpable, painting a picture of tranquility that invites us to look deeper into the natural world's quiet majesty. Our exploration has not only unveiled the reef's splendid biodiversity, but also highlighted the critical efforts to preserve this heritage. Like custodians of a priceless treasure, we are all called to contribute to the safeguarding of this ecosystem, ensuring that its stories continue to enchant generations to come. Let the Great Barrier Reef inspire us with its resilience and its beauty, urging us to live with greater awareness and compassion for our planet. It stands as a beacon of hope, a reminder that despite challenges, nature's splendor persists, urging us to act with courage and foresight. As you settle into the night, let the vivid images of the reef fill your dreams. Imagine swimming alongside the colorful fish, floating above the intricate coral, and feeling the warm sun filtered through clear blue waters. Let these visions guide you into a peaceful sleep, where the reef continues to thrive in the sanctuary of your dreams. With the stars overhead and the gentle sounds of the ocean in our ears, we bid the Great Barrier Reef a quiet good night. Its presence, a comforting constant in a changing world, offers a place of escape and wonder, a natural lullaby that promises rest and renewal. Even as we drift away from its shores, the Great Barrier Reef calls us back. Its mysteries and beauty a continuous invitation to explore, learn, and cherish. It is a call that resonates in the heart of every traveler, every dreamer, and every guardian of the earth. As the calm of the night deepens, embrace the serenity that the reef offers. Let it envelop you in its deep, protective embrace, a guard against the rush of day, allowing the quiet of the underwater world to permeate your senses. The Great Barrier Reef, much like the ancient sentinels of nature's past, stands guard over the dreams of the earth. It is an eternal guardian, its legacy written in the sands of time and the waters of life, cradling us tonight in the timeless serenity of its presence. As this narrative of natural splendor concludes, may the peace and wonder of the Great Barrier Reef linger in your thoughts. Drift into sleep, cradled by the gentle currents of the ocean, carrying with you the tranquil assurance that the reef, like a steadfast guardian of the deep, continues to watch over the wonders of our world.